you are struggling to get more than 100 views on your videos and you feel like the algorithm is ignoring your channel, I have an exciting news for you. This is a secret hack that small YouTubers can use to beat the algorithm and to get thousands of views on their first few videos. You know, when you are a starter here on YouTube, getting views is usually a struggle. But in this video, I'm going to be giving you a secret hack that you can use. Before we go on, do also subscribe, like, share, and comment. And welcome back. This is Creative Kel. So like I said initially, hitting the 1000 subscribers for you to get monetized on YouTube is usually a struggle. Reason because nobody knows you, nobody knows your channel, and probably you are new in the big space, because on YouTube there are thousands and millions of YouTubers here on YouTube. So if you start a channel, it's kind of hard for people to see you, but in this video that hardship will turn to something very easy. So before we move on to the main deal, I want you to identify your core audience. Who do you want to make videos for? Who are your target audience? You don't just make videos, you make here, make there, but none of them have direction. So you have to know your target audience, because this is what you will use to match your title, this is what you will use to match your description and whatever you're saying in the video, because these are the things that YouTube are going to be using to know who they are pushing your videos to. So if you're someone that makes videos on many topics, like you're making on cooking, you're talking about health, you're talking about YouTube, you're talking about AI, you're talking about many things in one channel, the algorithm would definitely be confused. So even if you want to pick more than one niche, you have to pick niches that are alike. You know, you have to pick niches that make sense, that when they are together it is not a problem. For instance, if I'm somebody that is talking about how to grow on YouTube and the rest of that, the next day I'll start talking about cooking, how to cook this soup. The other next day I'll talk about sewing, how to sew this clothes. You see that every other thing is not really rhyming, it's not really coming together. So don't confuse the algorithm, because people that might like the cooking today will not like the sewing tomorrow. So as new YouTubers, please get that in mind. Yes, we are trying to know the niche that will work for us, but even at that, even at knowing the niche that would work for you, don't confuse the algorithm. So this one is just by the way. You know, we have to talk about this one before we talk about the main thing, the simple trick that can get you to that 1000 subscribers in a jiffy. So what is that simple trick? The simple trick is having the how I effect in your title. When you start a title with how I, and then you complete it with something that is interesting or impressive or unique, people would want to watch you, right? How I did this, how I got this, people would want to watch. Yes, they know that you are a small YouTuber, they have seen your views, right? Compared to other people, all these big YouTubers, they have seen that this video has 10 views, but people will still click it because they will think, oh, this is a personal story, this is something that happened to this person, so let me just watch it. It might actually show me the person's experience that the big famous YouTubers or the big famous channels would not really tell me. So you see that kind of mindset, that is where that how I effect does the magic. So sometimes I use it on my channel where I will say how I got so subscribers in so days, or how I got my first 1000 subscribers, or how I talk about YouTube and YouTube growth. So everything you are going to be saying would be in line with your niche. That was why I talked about niche first. It should be in line with what you're talking about on your channel. So you can try the how I effect. Along the how I effect, there is how to do this, how to do that. The hows have a way of bringing people to a channel. The hows have a way of attracting attention. So that effect is something that you can implement in your title. And by doing it this way, we are creating our channel as unique. It's not like we are coming to YouTube to start competing with all these big YouTubers, right? but we are using our unique style to our advantage, where we are sharing our experience of our growth, sharing our experience of whatever that happened to us, and the rest of that. We are using it to our advantage. So people would click on it to know our personal story, and with that, we are growing also on YouTube because the views would be increasing as well as the subscriber count. Now, how do you apply this how I effect? Don't just go around and be like, how I this, how I that. All your videos will just be how I, and then you expect to go viral. Yes, because you use the how I effect. No, 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 it doesn't work that way. It is not magic. You have to use it the right way. You have to place it in the right spot for you to get what you want. So I'm going to be talking about how you can apply this how I effect. First is that you have to find something that your audience is naturally curious about. They want to know about this thing right from time. They have been curious about this thing. They want to know, eager to know about this particular thing. For instance, many people on YouTube, many new YouTubers want to know how they will hit their 4,000 watch hours very, very fast. Many new YouTubers want to know how to get monetized very, very fast. Many new YouTubers want to know how to get views and subscribers very, very fast. You see, they are curious about these things. They are naturally curious about these things. So if you use the how I effect, you can get yourself those people curious about what's going on in your niche. So you have to ask yourself, do you have a relatable story that people would like to listen to, that people will be so curious to, listen to or compelled to listen to? Try to go to your trending videos, like know what people are clicking on and know what people want to watch. There is a spot on YouTube where they will tell you what your audience are watching, right? Go and check it out. Or you go to the search bar and try to search for a topic within your niche and know whether people are talking about this. Just try to get something enticing, try to get something that, oh, people want to know more about this thing, oh, and they would like to know my experience about it. It is very, very magical when you do such and you get it right. The next is to craft titles that are solution driven or story driven. You can tell stories or you can provide a solution, either of the two. So someone can come and say, how I made my 1,000 subscribers in 2 days. That is like they are telling their story. All right. And that particular topic also posed as a solution, because as you are listening to their story, you will know what they have done. Though in that story driven, they might say the story in such a way that they will tell you their failures and what did not work before they will tell you what actually worked. So you see that story driven or solution driven, all are nice. So just craft titles that are story driven or solution driven. So with this, you would actually get the views that you have always longed to get here on YouTube. All right. Because sometimes YouTube can be very, very crafty. YouTube can be somehow where you are putting in all the effort, all the energy, but you are not seeing any result. Try to change one or two, all right, and try to know whether you can go far with it, which I believe you would. But in as much as you're using the how to, and the rest of that, please, there are some videos that you don't really have to use it. Okay, don't just make all your videos have the same kind of title initials. No, you can just tweak a little bit, do some other things, but just find a way to make your titles very, very captivating. Thank you so much for watching. If you don't know me, I am Creative Kel, and if you have not subscribed, do also subscribe, like, share, and comment if you have gotten something from this video. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming by once again, and I am back to create more engaging videos for you to grow on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.